Alright, so I get into high school. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna pause you right there. During during my probation shit, cause I was still on probation for the whole thing. I failed to mention that, but I got on probation because of the whole thing I did, got getting caught up, and because I was on probation, I couldn't really smoke weed like I used to. So I started doing more pills. I got into Adderall. I started doing opioids, tramadol, hydrocodone, whenever I could, just find it, Xanax. And I get into high school, and man, getting into high school, I had a flip phone, So that's the only thing I had, and I found my first real like love, I guess. More no, it was really more like an infatuation, really. Um, Nothing like super serious, but in my head I thought it was serious because I was let me drop my vape. But I was just infatuated with this girl. We ain't even kiss. It's crazy, right? Like we were saying I love you and we ain't even kiss. It's crazy. I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah. So I got into high school and okay. Sorry, I had to think for a second. I'm like, damn. Wait. So I get into high school, man, and I was still on probation, and so because of probation, I was doing pills and shit, but I was still really smoking weed, and because of my body metabolism, it just left my system real fast, So I got away with smoking weed a little bit, but not for long, I did eventually get caught up, popped up on my drug test, and so they either said, okay, two options: one, you go to juvie till you're 18, or two, you go to rehab. So obviously, I'm gonna go to rehab instead of spending years in juvie, like. So rehab it was fun. Not gonna lie, I met some real like good homies in there. I really had a good vibe. Going on in there. I wasn't really lonely. I always had my homeboys. But yeah, rehab was nice. I was in there for like 3 months. Missed out on a lot of high school. I just keep. It's a recurring thing. I just keep missing like high school experiences. And that sucks a little bit. But so I get out of rehab. I wait. So right when I get out of rehab, like 2 weeks after I get out, my probation ends. So after my probation ended, I started smoking again. And my homeboy Braden introduced me to like my homeboy Braden was my best friend at the time, and he introduced me to this dude named Gabe. And Braden was dating this girl Madison, so there. So Gabe, I met Gabe, and Gabe was the only other dude who could understand Lil Peep like I did. By the way, when I was in high school, I started listening to Lil Peep, and I was listening to Suicide Boys in middle school. But Lil Peep, I love that man. He's my like, as bad as I like to say, he's my inspiration. Like he gets in my head. Like I understand his lyrics and his music to my core. I just feel it. But yeah, he's the only other dude I ever met that really understood Peep like I did. And that was cool. So we started like a whole like friendship off of that, and just mutual things we like, And through Gabe, I met Jason, his cousin, and Seth. And man, we had good times, I introduced Gabe into acid because I did acid too. I was on probation. By the way, first time I dropped acid, I went to a drug court, or not drug court, drug like class counseling, drug counseling. It was court ordered at the time, so that was fun. But yeah, man, good times I had with those people, man. We were just doing just a bunch of crazy shit, Xanax, just a bunch of shit, doing dumb shit. And yeah, so like I said, I had a flip phone, but I think eventually I got another phone. Yeah, I did. man, I was fucking up a lot, man. So I think I was 16. Yeah, I was 16 when I got out of rehab. Turned 16 in rehab. That was fun. Actually, no. Right after I turned 16, I go to rehab. Sorry, my mistake. But yeah, I get out, and this is kind of a blur. But yeah, no, I was just chilling with Gabe, Braden, Madison, Seth, that whole friend group a lot. But then that friend group started tearing apart because I remember Gabe, he got the STEMI check. That STEMI money. Trump, man. But yeah, he got that STEMI, and he wanted to do coke. And in high school, I did coke. In ninth grade, my friend, Jesus, he brought a little dime back to school, and I was like, I was like a known druggie at the time, shit. So he was like, you want to try some coke? I was like, you fucking with me? He was like, nah, I'm dead serious. And he just pulled out a little dime bag of coke. I was like, what the fuck? And yeah, man, man, yeah. First time I did coke, I had piano lessons, and I was killing it in piano, man. But yeah, and then I did coke again with another homeboy. But then the third time I ever did coke, it was with Gabe. We bought a bunch of bars and a gram of coke from this plug, and man, Madison was not fucking with that at all. My friend Braden really wanted to do it, but his girl was like, nah, we can't, we ain't doing all that. So I was like, alright, fuck it, And Seth wasn't really down to do no coke. So, man, that whole night was fucking crazy. So, yeah, that whole night we were doing coke. I did coke with his mom, dude. Like, what the fuck? But yeah. Man, so we came back, picked up Seth. We were gonna do some bars that night, or that morning. And then Gabe, he's all barred the fuck out because he's a dumbass and pops 4 bars as soon as he gets them. And he crashes into somebody's whip and tries to drive off. Boom, police get him, yada yada. I'm fucked up on bars and coke. I told the cops, nah, I'm sober as fuck. Fuck you. Like, nah, you ain't getting shit. And my homeboy Seth was like, I took some sleeping pills, like, to try to go to sleep, and I didn't. And he got a ticket or whatever. So, yeah, man. Alright,